Hey yo, it's Lano and welcome back to another episode here on the CraftWorks SMP. Today we are going to do something a little different.
Hello! Yoo-hoo!
Good
to see you.
hello?
Hi, how are you doing, Lane? Neighbor?
Hold on. How did you just get in here?
Oh, I went through my door, right here.
When did this become a thing?
Oh, it's been there for a while.
What?
Yeah, no, it's just I figured we're neighbors. I sometimes come in here, borrow some stuff, you know, some sugar, that sort of stuff.
Borrow some stuff, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a part of our agreement. We share the land, we share the space, right?
I don't remember that agreement at all, but whatever. What's up, Impala?
Yeah, so I have a question. Do you actually want to follow me? Do you have roof access up here, by the way?
I don't. I actually have been using your roof. Just follow me.
Oh yeah, no worries.
And then just do this here.
Oh, see, so that's your door. That's actually crafty.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So I was curious because the roof's kind of blank up here. And I was wondering if, I know that we kind of split 50-50, right? But we're sharing the land. Yeah. I don't know. It's complicated. I guess if it was a Facebook status, it's complicated.
Yeah.
But up here, I was hoping I could maybe do some decorations. Is that okay? Did you have any plans for this at all?
I have no plans whatsoever. Actually, I forgot that I was going to do something up here, and it's been so long that I forgot what I was going to do, so just go for it. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds good. And behind here as well, do we have any plans for a backyard?
I have nothing planned back there. Okay. I don't know that anybody else has got anything planned. I think it's free game.
Okay. Do you mind if I put something back there so it's not just blank space, maybe something that'll, kind of elevate the area a bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. That was easy. That was a little too easy. Okay. Sounds good. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Lane. Sounds good. Sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Oh, whoosh stuff. Oh.
So we got a new mod on the server, and I was trying to show Impala how to use it, and, well, this happened.
So I'm going to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here, Lane. Hold up.
Oh, gosh.
I need you to kill me real quick.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Strictly for the head here.
Okay.
Here you go. Hold up 1 second. We need to do this in style, like a guillotine. There we go. Oh, please. Okay.
With your charm and good looks.
I think you understand the mission at this point.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay.
So, who's upstairs a lot is my question.
Okay.
I'm just peering in the window.
Just somebody's house. Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let's okay. Show arms. No base plate.
This is out of hand.
Yep.
Oh my. Someone put some clothes on me. Hold up. Well, this is. I feel exposed here. Combat.
Your armor stand is showing.
Hold up. Can you just put a shirt on and nothing else?
See, like Winnie the Pooh. You're gonna go with Donald Duckin.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Can you please put me... Can we put this on Zink's beautiful build over there? Right.
Oh no.
We lost Oda's left lung right here. Oh gosh.
Oh man, this is beautiful.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay, I have to look through the poses now. Let's see.
Oh yes, yes. Can you just put me sitting on top of Jittery's house right here? Actually,
gravity.
Here we go.
Slightly move that down there, and then this.
Oh my.
And then no base plate. Okay, hold on.
Just how quick it happens.
Put that down. Oh,
nope. Goodness.
The other down.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, no, put it down.
Boy, I hope you can get some speed control on that scroll wheel.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh.
I love that
so awesome.
Oh my gosh! Inside is you just see my beard.
Oh
goodness
man,
gracious!
that is beautiful.
I think we just keep it. That's way too good.
Oh my god! You know what that reminds me of, and this might be a bit of an older reference for you guys. Let me send it to you in Discord.
Oh man!
My
Here's
gosh,
Johnny.
this is so funny. No. It's something. It's probably about as old.
Oh man.
So that was from a movie called The Black Hole, and that was the little droid robot thing. But that, looking at her house from street level, that's what that reminds me of.
Oh man. All right, well, I don't really know what that was about, but that was a thing. I'm just going to segue into the next part of today's episode, which I guess is actually getting started with today's episode. So, last episode we got all of the Prismarine stuff. We made that huge build, and we've got an OP farm. There's no other way of putting it. It is way too overpowered. And I did actually expand it a little bit. I added a storage system and stuff like that. I'll show that later. But I need to make a shop for the actual stuff, because right now I've got all of that all the way over there in front of I Got Junk, wherever that is. It's back there somewhere. And well, I don't want it to stay there. I want it to have its own actual build. So out here we have got this strip of builds. I'm going to try my best to not spoil anybody else's builds. This whole area is just nothing but spoilers. So I'm going to do my best, but I haven't planned this build and I want to kind of get it started. I don't want to plan it. I want to take my chances at impromptu building. I think that's something that I need to improve on. And I feel like this is something that I could take you guys along with me while I do this on. So yeah, we're going to do that today, and we're going to see how that goes. And yeah, so the plot of land that I've chosen is right here. And again, I'm trying not to spoil this whole area, but we've got essentially this little strip mall area type thing going down here like this that Zinkberg has started. And well, we have all been invited to add builds out here, just all kind of similar in like a style that we've got going on out here. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I've got a palette picked out. I wanted to do the Prismarine because, well, it is a Prismarine shop. But I have a feeling that this won't be the bulk of the palette. And I wanted to have a very cyan-based build, and then, you know, to contrast all of that, I wanted all the deep slate and the tough and everything else. And then the quartz is also going to be a nice touch. So I think as a whole, this palette is what I want to work with, but I have got absolutely no idea what I am doing right here. So I need to start by getting a foundation in, but I also need to get a bunch of resources together so I can actually start building this. So I guess I'm going to get a bunch of resources real quick, and then I'm going to come back and get started on this build. Alright, so I've got all the resources I need, or what I think I will need. I don't know. I haven't planned any of this, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing. But I do know that I want to stick with the similar theme that we are using down here. So that's pretty much all I've got. That's literally it. I don't know what else I'm doing here. So I figure I should probably at least start with getting some walls and stuff put in, and just see where it takes me from there. But there's also a part of me that's debating on doing this on stream. I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll find out here in a minute, but I am at least going to go ahead and start placing some blocks and seeing what comes of this. Alright, so hear me out. I have put down what is going to be the foundation, and what I am envisioning here is that the bottom floor is going to be made primarily out of deep slate. I mean, obviously it's going to get textured, and there's going to be a lot of depth and detail and stuff added into this. But as the build gets higher, it's going to transition into being the more green, cyan, bluish palette that we've got going on in here. And this is what I am thinking. I want it to be different down here on the bottom, and then just gradually change colors as we get up to the top. I don't want it to be like a super big gradient or anything. Like, I don't want it to start being like this and then just straight up transition to the lightest color up top. I just want it to mix in with all the cyan stuff, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it, but my builder brain is working right now, and that's pretty much where we sit. So what I want to start with, before I actually progress the build up further, I want to just go on ahead and detail this bottom floor here. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to take some of the tuff wherever I have it, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to put it yet, so all of this is not completely set just yet, but what I'm thinking is this bottom area down here can be like a little patio that's out in front of the build, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to put the tuff out here. And I want to do that because it has some of the same tones that you would see in the deep slate and some of the other darker blocks that's going to be used in this, but this is also, it's different from the deep slate. It kind of contrasts it just a little bit, so it is a little bit different. I'm not sure if I want to use this or if I want to use the bricks or the polished stuff yet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go, but that is initially what I'm thinking. So I want to do that, and then I want to add in some depth around this window here, and just a bunch of little texturing things around here to make this wall more appealing, I guess. And then I need to kind of copy that all the way around the side. And well, I've got some ideas for the walls going up, which well, some of the other builders around this area have incorporated the same thing into their own builds. I'm trying not to spoil too much of it, but that's kind of the gist that I have for it at the moment. I hope I explained that pretty well. I genuinely don't know if I did, but I know what I'm thinking, and we're just gonna press on with this. I will see you guys here in a minute. All right, I've done a little bit of work, and I think I've got the kind of shape that I'm going for here. So what I've got is this, well, this tough outline going around the bottom being the foundation of the build itself, and I decided to use these two different versions of the tuff. I'm not entirely sure exactly how much I enjoy this combination. Like I like the blocks being together, but I don't know if I like it with this sort of build. I don't know. And then for the actual bottom layer of the build itself, I've got these other deep slate blocks here, the chisel deep slate. Yeah, totally remembered what that was. And I've got that outlining the bottom as well, but this is kind of bland. A lot of this is probably going to get changed over time anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of what I've got going there. And then I added in a little archway right here, looking at one of the other rooftops that, well, like awnings that we've got over there, and added in this, well, this matching palette for an awning with the cyan and the white wool. And that's a nice contrast, and it also fits the theme of everything we are going with, considering we are building out of cyan and deep slate and everything. So that seems to be fitting quite nicely, I think. And then obviously the walls need to be textured and detailed a little bit more. And I feel like I need to preface this, like, none of this is set, right? I could completely wipe this entire build out and start from scratch again just because of how indecisive I'm being. So yeah, that's the thing. Not really sure what else to say here. This is pretty much all I've gotten so far, but I like it. This is giving me like cafe vibes almost, where I feel like when you walk in here, you could see there being like a cafe down here on the bottom or something. Not really going for a cafe, but that is kind of fitting the vibe right now. I'm hoping that I can add in some other stuff to kind of change that, because again, I'm not really going for a cafe style build here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, this is going to be much taller and everything, so I feel like as we progress through this, it's going to change anyway. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I sit with this. I just need a bunch more tweaking and everything. This has been a big work in progress, and kind of liking the progress that I've made so far. But again, it needs a lot more details. I mean, trapdoors and stuff would look good around here. More contrasty blocks throughout here, and then the walls being textured and everything. Just something else to kind of draw the eye, because right now this is super bland, but that's okay. I can come back and do this later. What I'm thinking I need to do now is go on ahead and start extending the build upwards, and once it gets up there to where I feel like it's a good height, then we can start worrying about all the extra details, texturing and everything. So yeah, time to carry on, I guess. All right, so I think it's time to provide a little bit of an update of what I've been working on over here. And well, this is it. And I mean, it's not it. I mean, I've got a lot of work still to do with it, but this has been where we've gotten with this build so far. Now you can see the backside walls here. These still have not been textured. I've got some work I got to do with that. That's going to come later. I did go on ahead and kind of finish the front facade, and it's still not fully finished because there are a few things that I feel like I'm going to change by the time I'm done with this. But we're going to start right here. So I went ahead and finished up the awning. I kind of had to shift some of the blocks around and whatnot. And I went ahead and textured down here with the cracked deep slate bricks and the regular cobbled deep slate, which I still had plenty of that stuff laying around from the last build. I've still got pretty much like 2 or 3 shulker boxes worth of this stuff still, so glad to, you know, found a use for it. But yeah, so that's what I've got here, and then up top here, you can see that we've got some pottery going on up here with some plants, and then we've got a bunch of bamboo here contrasting all of the cyan, which I think is a really nice pop of color. I don't know, I kind of struggled for a little while trying to figure out how I was going to contrast a lot of this and how I planned on really making this work. And then Oda swung by and he kind of helped me come up with some ideas for this. So a big shout out to MC Oda. Thank you for swinging by and helping with this. He suggested the bamboo, and I'm glad he did because this is a nice touch. And I put it all the way up with the trapdoors here to make it look like window shutters, and then up here with the hanging signs, and then, you know, upper trapdoors to also look more like window shutters. And then up here, you can see that we have got this quartz rooftop thing right here. And I'm planning on just leaving the roof like this. I mean, I'm going to fill that spot in, I think. But pretty much the roof is going to stay like this. I wanted to tie in the white down here with somewhere else in the build. I feel like it would have just made sense for that. So I added in the quartz up here. And again, that was another Oda suggestion. So thanks for that. And then you can see down here, I've got some dark prismarine hidden back here. So from a distance, that adds a really, really nice shaded texture to that area. Because it's inside of these other areas like this, it makes sense for that area to be a little darker than everything else. So I think from a distance, it really pulls off that shading very, very nicely. And then right here, you can see that I've got shulker boxes in the build. I started experimenting with shulker boxes back in last season with the Mega Base. I was using them in floor designs. And, well, I had seen that they were used in another build over here, and I wanted to bring that over here, but I couldn't exactly bring it in the same way. Again, I'm not really going to show it off too much over there because spoilers, but, yeah, so I put them right here, and then up here as well. They add just a nice little bit of, well, interestingness, I guess. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what it added up there. It just made it a little bit more interesting to look at. And yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm quite happy with how this looks so far. Again, it needs a little bit more tweaking and stuff like that. I mean, like, obviously, I still need plants to go right here and whatnot, and then just little details and decoration, you know, thrown about and put in. And then, again, the backside walls have not been textured or anything. And yeah, all of this needs to get textured and fixed up, but these walls are also not going to be seen too often because when you go in between these builds, I mean, this is going to be the only way you're really going to notice any of this sort of stuff. So, I mean, unless you're in there, you're not really going to see it. I mean, unless you're coming in from the backside over there, in which case you will end up seeing it. Oh, the frames dropped there. Okay. Yeah, in which case you will end up seeing it, and I do probably need to do something back there. I'll eventually come up with something. I'm not too stressed about that. So that's pretty much where we sit. I need to get an interior done in here, and I've actually got a couple of things in mind for the interior, as in functions for this build. That we'll go over later once the interior is put in. But yeah, that's where we sit. This has been a few hours of progress, and it's been a whole thing. But all in all, I'm quite happy with how this has turned out so far. I don't think I can complain about it. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. After that last clip, I think I got a little carried away with this build, and I think I've pretty much finished it now. So I'm gonna walk you through what all I've done. And yeah, there's also more spoilers out here, so I'm gonna try to be quick about this. But yeah, so I didn't really tweak too much here on the outside, and I didn't actually texture the walls around any of the sides. And there's kind of a reason for that. I'll discuss that as we get into the interior. Out here, you can see that my shulker monster has grown tremendously, and that is because I am too indecisive, and I just kept going back and forth, and instead of sorting anything, I just threw everything everywhere. So this has got to go very, very soon. Down here, you can see that I added some flower pots and stuff. I stole this from... actually, a lot of stuff here has just been a mixture of everything that has happened over here. So that's kind of what's going on here. This is Pristine Prismarine, which was a suggestion from Sammy the Queen of Confusion from the fan Discord. Thank you, Sammy, for this suggestion. I actually quite enjoyed this name. And yeah, this is the one that we are using. And you also probably have noticed CraftWorks HR Office. So there's a running gag here on the server where I am kind of the HR department of CraftWorks, and yeah, I figured why not embrace it and turn this into a bit of an office upstairs. We'll get there here in a second. So down here is the actual shop portion. I added some seating in here. Don't really know why, but I did. And yeah, so all of the stock is over here, except for the dark prismarine. When we actually get the dark prismarine, I'll probably replace this lantern with it. That'll be a later project. One of the things that I'm super proud of with this interior is the armor stand magic that I've done here. So we have recently changed the armor stand mod that we are using, and we still have the statues book, but we are using something else. You might have even noticed this from Hermitcraft, but like if you shift and right click, it'll pull up this interface here, and then you have a much easier time tweaking everything this way. And so that's kind of been a big help with this interior. I've absolutely loved doing the armor stand stuff with it. And then I've got some pieces of the well, the Prismarine stuff laying around on tables and whatnot. And this is supposed to be a display case, by the way, if you couldn't have already guessed that. This is a display case that shows off the Prismarine items. And then over here is going to be where the clerk stands. I actually just kind of ran out of mob heads to put one back here, like I've got Timmy over there in the other shop. So eventually I'm going to get another mob back here, but for right now I'm not too worried about it. And then I've got this spiral staircase that's leading all the way on up here. And yeah, so this is where the actual office part kicks in, right? So this is where the receptionist would sit and would kind of tell you, hey, your appointment with me, being the HR department, is that appointment's ready. Otherwise, you'll kind of sit down here and just kind of hang out. There's plenty of magazines and stuff. There's also plenty of creepy paintings around here, as you can tell. It's hard to texture these concrete walls, especially with these blocks that don't really have a whole lot of colors. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cyan blocks, like the warp stuff, and even like some of the Prismarine stuff would have looked okay in there, but I feel like that would have made the wall look too busy. And the shop is named Pristine Prismarine, which pristine in my eyes means this whole thing needs to look a lot cleaner. So that's kind of what I tried sticking to. This interior is very basic, but I'm also really happy with how it's turned out. So yeah, we've got the receptionist area, we've got seating, we've got everything else here, and then another spiral staircase leading up to this little hallway. Now this hallway, this is prone to change because I actually don't know if I like it or not. There's just not a lot of room to do anything, and then like right here feels like it needs something, but I can't exactly put anything because I've got this staircase here. So don't really know what to do. If you guys have suggestions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I've got no idea, and I'm just gonna leave it for now. And then also, this is a lighting technique that I have really enjoyed messing with. So we've got the micro blocks, and what I've been doing is I've been putting the bone blocks on top of these end rods to make it look like modern lanterns, and it's such a cool idea. I absolutely love this. In here is the actual office area, and yeah, this is my chair here. I've got a little computer monitor here. By that, I mean just a piston micro block. You guys have seen me use that a number of times before. And then I've got, you know, greenery everywhere, and then got little shelving, and then these micro chiseled bookshelves, which are pretty cool. And then I brought my golden guardian head over here, which I didn't record getting that. That was completely accidental. I got all of the the mob heads for that area, and it gave me the golden guardian head, so I'm kind of sticking that right here. And then over here, I've got display cases for all of the other guardian heads, and like the elder guardian, and then the plague whale one, and then over here I've got the regular guardian with the toxafen one, which we got a couple of episodes ago, and I figured this was a great place to show them off, so I put them in here. And yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, all in all, I am really happy with this build. I think the interior looks great. I think the exterior looks great. So, you know, I also mentioned earlier not doing anything with the walls out here, and that is simply because of, well, the fact that this is pristine Prismarine, and, well, everything needs to look pristine. I said that, and then I just realized that I textured bottom layer. We're not going to talk about it. But, yeah, so up there is a little bland, but really and truly, unless you're walking through here, you're not really going to notice that. So I'm not too worried about it. And I don't really know that anybody's planning any builds back here other than what's going on over there. But, yeah, so I'm not super concerned with that. If need be, I'll change it later. But right now, I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm happy with it. And, yeah, I am really I am blown away with this, because this is the first impromptu build that I've done in a long time, and I am genuinely happy with this. So, yeah, I need to clean up all of this and get it all out of the way, and try to clean up this area out here a little bit, and just, you know, get all of this looking presentable. But first, there is one other thing that I do want to show you real quick, and that is the new auto sorting area that I've set up for the Prismarine farm. So down here in between episodes, I've been busy. I've added a bunch of stuff down here, and I've been farming away. So pretty much most of these chests are full of things. Like this whole area is sea lanterns. This one is all Prismarine, and this one is all Prismarine bricks. And then I've added in the auto sorter back here for all of the items. So these 4 rows right here are all of the crystals, and then these 4 are all of the Prismarine shards. And I mean, it's a pretty basic auto sorter. It's nothing super crazy. This is your standard Impulse SV design. And then back here, I kind of cleaned it all up, but there is a little water vader that's, well, a water chute, I should say. So all of the drops that go in here, they get spit out into there. As you can see, they fall down here, and then they travel across these hoppers. All of the cod gets thrown right down here into the lava. Any overflow gets thrown down here in the lava. So I don't have to worry about anything backing up and creating lag or anything like that, which is nice. And yeah, so that's really all I've done over here. Like I said, I did this in between episodes just because, and I'm happy that I did that because that made life a lot easier. Okay, outro time. Y'all do it for me.
Do the thing.
See ya.
No.
No, Canada. Thank you so much for watching Lucky Lane 0.
Don't silence him. It was a bop. Go, go, go.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, all right.
Don't forget, smash like, subscribe, send that link to a friend, text it to your grandma, text it to your friend.
Oh, she would
your
love
dog
it,
sitter.
Lane. Oh, your grandma.
I'm gonna send my grandma this video.
Oh, thank
So
you.
everyone say hi to
Mom
Feather's
loves
grandma in
these
the
videos,
comments
so-
right now.
Hey, Feathers
Everyone
Grandma.
say hi to
Parents are all
Feather's
dead.
grandma in the
Grandma.
comments.
Okay, well, I think that does it. See you in the next
Is your
one.
grandma adopting?
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Grandma.
I'm getting distracted. See you later. We'll talk
Bye.
about Bye.